So we all know the importance of warming up before a workout, but sometimes we skip it due to time constraints. So I'm here to tell you, make sure you get your warm up on. It's going to be very helpful when preventing injury. I like to start with stair mill on leg days, and that's what we're going to be doing here is a leg day warm up. I try and get my heart rate up to about 110, 120, go for about 5 to 10 minutes, start breaking a sweat. Then I move into foam rolling. I'm gonna hit my calves first, IT bands, quads, and then my VMO. This is to help your muscles move better through the fascia, as well as help with your recovery later on. This here is your VMO. I like to do this flossing on the VMO to help my knees because I do have knee pain. So if you have knee pain, that might be a cause and something that could help. From here, I go into my dynamic portion of my warm up. I'm doing reverse lunges first and then move into walking lunges. Everything you see me doing here, I'm going to be doing 10 to 12 on each side, and they progressively get more difficult as we go. So as you can see, very basic to get started, letting the knees warm up, letting the hips warm up. Then we go through leg swings. Leg swings, you're going to be kind of kicking your leg through, but trying to relax it as much as possible. You should be feeling a stretch in your hips and your hamstrings. And then I move into side leg swings. This is very similar. Your hips start to open up, but you're also getting that medial head of the hamstring warm as well. So this dynamic portion here is great. Don't overdo it. Try and stay relaxed as you swing the legs through. Then I go into gorilla squats. Gorilla squats are basically standing on your fingers, stretching the hamstrings out, squatting deep into the squat while driving your chest up, pushing your heels into the floor. If you're doing something like sumo deadlifts, this is gonna be really good for you. Or if you're just trying to work on squat depth, this also is very helpful. From here, I'm moving into inchworms. Now, this isn't as hard as those gorilla squats, but it's going to help with your hamstrings, help them to warm up, as well as your calves. It's important to have mobile calves whenever it comes to squat depth because sometimes that can be a restriction that keeps you from hitting the depth that you're looking for. But this also helps to get your thoracic cavity warm as well and turns the core on, gets you ready to have a nice braced core. From there, I move into the world's greatest stretch, basically a extended lunge where you're planting your hand and twisting in towards that knee while looking up towards the ceiling. And this is really good for your hamstrings, your quads, your hip flexors, and your thoracic cavity, getting everything nice and open. I like to move from there into a squat where you are pressing your foot into the floor with one hand while twisting up towards that knee, reaching for the ceiling, keeping it dynamic through the movement and letting those hips continue to open up, as well as starting to actually get a little bit of a shoulder thoracic cavity kind of movement going on to help that warm up as well. It's going to be really important for things like front squats. Then I go into kozak squats. These can be difficult at times. You see a lot of people popping their heels up, so make sure you're pushing your butt down onto that heel at the sides. If you're still having trouble, push your hands onto the floor and kind of walk yourself back and forth. This can help with your balance and your stability, make it feel a little bit more comfortable to sit in on those squats. So this is my leg day warm up. You guys should try it out. This is going to be very important for reducing injury, making sure you have the best leg day possible.